Hello, this is Random Palk, and today we're reviewing STALKER, The Treasure of King Noel on Sega Genesis. Now, this is actually probably one of my favorite Sega games, because it's kind of like a Sega Genesis Zelda. And if you notice the character looks a lot like a guy from the PlayStation Alundra. In fact, he's almost, in some cases, identical looking in some cases. But this is an action platformer that's actually fairly difficult, but also actually really entertaining and fun. The graphics that they used in this game kind of make me think of Shining Force. And even the music in this game kind of resembles Shining Force style music, so I don't know if that was on purpose or if it was just Sega Genesis, but I don't know. I just really like this game. I don't know if many people actually played it. But it has some weird characters in it that look almost kind of like Muppet type guys. But this is one of the more interesting games on Sega and probably one of the more fun. Or one of the most fun. Of course, we gotta go through this opening story, because we started a new game. But the opening story isn't super long. But anyway, you're Nigel the Land Stalker, and with your fairy friend Friday, you're trying to discover the legend of King Noel while doing, the actual main story part. Rescuing the girl and all that shit. So, a fairly standard story, but what they did with it is pretty well done. I already said the graphics and the music on it are pretty good. I'm thinking about doing a complete playthrough of this. I haven't quite 100% decided to do that yet, but anyway, as you go through the game, you gotta get the elemental swords, because that's the only way to upgrade your attack, is get the different elemental swords. And of course, there are a lot of treasures and items in the game to help you get through it. Some you don't need, but some you definitely need. This game does have an interesting eek system, I think is what they call it, or eki, I don't know how to pronounce it, but where if you die, as long as you have those on you, it'll revive you. So that kind of lessens the difficulty slightly, but not enough to really make the game not challenging. So you see that sword bar in the corner, if my face ain't covered it, that's where once you get the elemental sword you can charge it. And there's your equipment list and your item list. Supposed to be able to do stuff with these statues. I guess can't do anything with that one till later. Anyway, this is just a basic little mini dungeon thing to open the game with. Now, the weird 2D, 3D thing can make it hard to navigate a little bit, because you pretty much got to use the diagonals, which will make it sometimes hard to line up what you need to do. So that can be a little bit of a pain in the ass. But, not horrible once you get used to it. And yeah, you can find life stocks to raise your max HP, which you really need to find as many as possible, kind of like the hearts in Zelda. And unlike some 3D games at this time, you cannot pan the camera around, so if there's an invisible climbing block, you just have to jump around until you find it. Which, that could be a bit of a pain. But yeah, there are obstacles that you gotta use objects to get around, and so there's a lot of puzzle solving in this game. Kind of like Zelda and other games like it. There's a lot of puzzle solving, and some puzzle solving you have to do like timed, or you have to be really precise. That's why I like to compare this game as like the original Alundra. Because this game is so similar to Alundra that it's pretty much, I would say, the prototype for the Alundra game on PlayStation. Even, as I already said, even the main character looks almost exactly like the Alundra character. But it is an excellent excellent Sega game. I'm starting to think of Alundra now. But yeah, it is actually an excellent Sega game, and definitely, to me, one of the ones that's definitely worth playing again. Well, now we are starting the actual game, where we crash, and all of a sudden end up at the furry tribe, I guess. And there's the first town. The item shops. Oh wait, that's the inn. The inn allows you to save and heal yourself. And yeah, that's where you can use the map to look around. Now you do want to search out everything, because there are a lot of treasures hidden around. Later on, you get the ability to transport around using the, I forgot what they were, those giant trees that you come across. Later on in the game, you'll get the ability to transport around using those trees to make traveling easier. But here's the shop where you can buy a livestock and some eek-eeks at the start. And like I said, I don't know if they're called eek-eeks or eki-ekis, but you can hold up to 9 of those and they'll auto-revive you if you run out of health. Yeah, here's the church where you can save it. And also cure your statuses. Yeah, the record book lets you save. The other ones will cure your various status ailments. Like one's curse, one's poison. I forgot what the other one was, like confusion or something. Yes, it's hard to get to. There ain't much in this village. We gotta go to the next village. But yeah, the world is basically a big world, pretty much like these boards. And you can obviously tell where the exits are, because they always have it set up where you can tell the exits by the little space that's just leading into the darkness. Which, I think that's kinda interesting, to do it that way. Now you find out the bridge has been smashed. Yeah, these are the big trees I was talking about. Later you can warp using these trees to make things easier for you. And as you travel around on the different maps, you'll encounter the enemies and shit like that. And there are, of course, road signs and shit to help you out. Can't get up there just yet. But yeah, you guys, there's a lot of backtracking in this game. Yeah, that's pretty much where you end up in this game, is right there, and you start your journey there. But the first thing you gotta do is fix the bridge. Yeah, that's pretty much the first thing you gotta do, is get the bridge fixed so you can actually move on. And yeah, like all these games, there are side quests to do. It may look boring at the start, but it actually gets a lot better, a lot faster. Like most of these games, you gotta find the right guys to talk to trigger the story events. Anyway, I know where we need to go. I was just double checking, but yeah, none of the story parts have changed, so we just need to go to the new area. There. Yeah, since you can't do anything about the bridge right away, well, at least I don't remember being able to. First place to go is the water shrine. Oh yeah, gotta do that after. Yeah, the ridiculous enemy voices. Yeah, there's upstairs, downstairs. Like I say, you gotta get used to the controls and the jumping on these three-dimensional angles so you're not constantly falling into pits and getting yourself killed. And some, like I said, some of these switches are timed later, so you gotta be quick. And even the enemies kind of make me think about Alundra for some reason. Yeah, it's a good game. It's definitely one of my favorite Sega games, I've already said. And actually one of the more entertaining ones if you just want a good... There's no reason to kill every enemy. I'm just building up money because you gotta buy geeks and those life stocks and shit. Alright, can't go this way yet. Can't go that way yet. I think the hardest part of this entire game, or at least the hardest part I remember, is that green maze part. Okay, that door needs a key. Oh yeah, that was the wrong way to go. So yeah, just like in Zelda, you gotta figure out the best way through the dungeons and all that. You know, stop the obstacles. Yeah, now we got the key. But yeah, definitely a fun, challenging game. Yeah, you gotta go on your item list to use the items. Okay, now that we activated that switch. See, now this pass is open. Ah. But you see how the E-Geeks restore you every time you die? Now if I was smart, I would have took a little bit of time to build up for some E-Geeks and shit. And that's what you gotta do, because after you complete that part, then the bridge will be fixed and you can move on to the next village. You just have to do that story part in here and get another life stock. Now, like I said, this is pretty much the beginner dungeon. I can't believe I got myself killed in the beginner dungeon, but anyway, your weapon attack will get stronger. The more health you have, the stronger your weapon will gain strength. So once you get in a certain point of health, your attack will increase. So it's not just the swords you equip, but also the number of the number of life stocks you have also will improve your max health. damage. I'm starting to sound like a moron. We're probably gonna have to wrap this up because of that. But anyway, once you're done with the water shrine and you did all that, the bridge will be... oh yeah, this guy moves out. I forgot why he does that. I guess it's just for this treasure right here. But they do give you quite a few health boosts at the start of the game, and you'll need it. In this game, you can take a lot of damage pretty quick, especially against the stronger enemies. Sometimes you go in the direction you don't want to go because it's like 3D, 2D angling bullshit. After you talk to him, now we can go across the bridge and actually journey farther into the game. Oh wait, that's the end. We want the item shop. There's a chest here. I always take those for free. How much does the first livestock cost? 150. Geeks cost 15. So you gotta build up 150 gold to buy the first HP upgrade in the first shop. But anyway, that's STALKER for Sega. Great game. Definitely worth playing, especially if you're a adventure game fan. I may do a full playthrough of it. Let me know if you want that. If not, then I'll still consider doing it because I do like this game. It's been a long time since I played it last. But anyway, that's going to be the end of this video. If you like my videos, please follow and subscribe. I'll see y'all next time, and hopefully I'll have another video coming out soon. So until then, take it easy, and I'll see you next time. So, have fun.